It's the new big way to make money.
They might go in there and get that 10 million, then the men in black suits are just gonna kidnap you.
They've got fists instead of hooves and that.
Like, I get proper scared.
Wise fools?
Welcome in, everyone. Wise Fools episode 11. Technically, I don't know, is this season 2, episode 1 or something? You know?
I don't know. I think we're just taking episode by episode.
I same, but it's kind of, I don't know, feels like we've passed a milestone, you know what I mean?
Aye, right. We wrote the 10 episode thing.
Bit of a warm one for a Sunday morning, like.
Aye, right, dude. Apart from there being absolute chaos around where you live, how's it been gone?
Aye, not too bad, aye. Just fucking getting woke up by my neighbours and that. Fucking. Yes, not even the ones that were kicking off, it's the old cunts next door saying, oh, fucking Liz, where's the number for that thing? Say, will you fucking shut up? It's 8:30 in the morning, man. Get back in the fucking house. I don't see the point in, like, you know, people look forward to retirement at an old age and that, just to still wake up early and go and fucking sit out in the garden and that. It's like, just go back to fucking bed. Nah, he is fucking old, though.
I was playing Skyrim the other day, right? And, like, there's this bit where you've got to sort of, like, go and, like, and offer someone, like as an offering, so, like, you kill them and it's to offer them up. And I was thinking, like, because I went and I had, like, this follower with us, but I like that one. I was like, oh, I'll go back and get someone I don't like, I'll not offer you because I like you. And I was thinking, right, like, imagine if that happened in real life, like, someone took you somewhere and then they were like, oh shit, I've got to offer someone up, but I like you, like, I'll not offer you, I'll go get someone else. Like, right. That would make you trust them less, even though you should trust them because they've just told you that they won't do it to you. But I'd be like,
on that journey back, like with the third person as well, it'd be so tense, like you knowing and that third person not knowing, but nothing got said on that whole walk.
What would you do though? Because I feel like if that happened, like I think I wouldn't hang around with that person anymore if I knew they were doing like offerings and shit like that. But then if you stop hanging around with them, they'd be like, oh well, he's no longer my mate, so I'll offer him up now.
He's a worthy sacrifice.
What would you do?
I don't know, dude, because it's like, I mean, do I believe in these same gods that this guy does, or am I like a Skyrim atheist?
Well,
you know what
I mean, it doesn't really matter because you're getting offered it, whether they're real or not.
I thought I was the person who was witnessing the other offering.
Well,
so like,
I suppose
if I'm also a believer, I'll pray, you know, this is fine, that's a normal thing, you know what I mean? But if I'm like, if you've just says to us, you say me and you will be mates all our life, and you turn around to us one day and like, oh, by the way, I believe in these gods and I've got to sacrifice them this way, all right then, and then just, you know, just slink off into the fucking woods.
I don't know, like I'd like, even if I believed them, then I'd be like, I don't believe in them enough to like offer myself up. So I would be like fuck hanging around with that guy. I'd probably move house as well. Like I like
fucking village and that. Go back to Morrowind or something.
I reckon the fucking, cause the Aztecs used to do all that shit, didn't they?
Well, pretty much everyone did.
Have you ever seen that film Apocalypto, where like the cops all them to offer them up? There's this one fucking bit where I don't know if it's like their fucking king's son or something, but he's like a little fat bastard, right, dude? And he's laughing at them all getting offered. I've never wanted to punch a child so much in my fucking life, you know, dude.
He's a little bastard, isn't he?
He's like a little cunt. I didn't have to chat notes who I'm on about, but like he's about to get offered up before the eclipse happened. He's like looking and his kid's like, little fat cunt. Like you're getting offered up anyways. I would fucking, last thing I'd want to do is boot him down all them stairs, like.
Aye, right.
Horrible fat little bastard, isn't he?
Aye, proper. I mean, the good thing, like, I think you're supposed to hate him, you know what I mean? So I think the director of that's probably pretty pleased that you feel that way.
Oh, aye, 100%. That's when you know that the writing's good. If, like, so, like, you're meant to hate someone. It's like on Game of Thrones, like, King Joffrey on that, like, he was a little cunt. Do you know what shocking it took, though? Like, he played that role really well, dude. But, like, he had to stop acting because people actually gave him real hate because of a role. Was it? I was like, fucking, he's an actor, you know what I mean? It's not fucking real. Like, are you mad at the fucking dragons or something for burning people? Are you gonna go, like, actually give the dragons hate? Like, he's not really a king doing these real things, so fucking get off his arse, you know what I mean?
Like, everyone else is just an actor, and they've just pulled in this actual actual kid to just be his actual self and just be a little cunt.
There's a guy on that. The characters are like, although I was disappointed with the ending of Game of Thrones, just like many other people were. There's this character in that who's like, he's like one of my favorite like fucking bad guys at all time. He's like this assassin, and he's been sent to the Night's Watch because he got caught. He'd rather that than get executed, and he mutilates and takes over this keeping at it, and he's just a really good bad guy. What's your favorite villain, dude?
Oh, that's a fucking good one, you know. I might have to say Gary Oldman's cop character in Leon. I quite like him. He's pretty crazy on the drugs and that, you know, just going into this guy's house and slaughtering his whole family because he's like a minute late with his payment and that.
Aye, right. There's also like sometimes like, because I was like, I remember once was like this fucking like, I actually got sent to bed as a kid, like me man dad were like quite shocked that I found it fucking funny, but it was like this bit where this guy was getting like about to get like executed like shot wise, and fucking like the acting on it was quite bad, so I found it funny, and I think I was only like 4 or something, and this guy gets fucking shot, and I started bursting out laughing, and me man dad like, what the fuck, he finds this shit funny, and me dad didn't know what to do, so I got sent to bed.
Right. I don't think it's because you don't really understand death as when you're that young, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's that sinister that you'd find it funny, you know what I mean? Especially if it was like an old western and that, like the way they fucking die in them is hilarious, you know what I mean? Diving off rooftops and that, dramatic as fuck.
Aye, right, and especially when like the screaming was blatantly not like like voiced over, where it's like ah, but the guy's like mouth is barely open, he's like ah. And falls off. Basically, I went to Super Child 2024, which is basically like a bricklaying race, like who can lay the most bricks. And the guy I'm working with at the minute, called Charlie Collison, like won for the second time running. I think he laid like 720 bricks in an hour, which is fucking stupid. Like that's stupidly fucking quick.
I could do better than that.
Oh, it could, yeah, fuck. But it's mad because like even if like you're on like a shit price at the minute and you can lay that many bricks and it's like 60 bricks a fucking 60 pence per brick, that's like 400 odd quid an hour or something, you know. Like fucking that's like a bad price at the minute. I'm sure like you can get up to £1 a brick now. But I like we were there on like a night time, like the night before, and there was a security guy there, and he was fucking proper eager as fuck to kick all out the bar. But like there was loads of other people there, like that he proper discriminated with, right, dude? He kicked all us out the bar, but then there's other people there and then just didn't say anything. I was like, oh, hi, where's he? He's off to like fucking clean the remotes or something new, because he doesn't usually do anything, but he's just made like a beeline for us. But then on the night after, everyone's fucking vans got fucking broken into. I was like, well, where's this fucking security guy now?
That's annoying. Like
11 people's vans got done over or something, dude. So I was thinking, right, shall we do what they used to do on that swag on Channel 4 like back in the day and park like a dummy van there and like just fucking wait in the back all night next year, and fucking when someone comes, we'll just fucking grab them.
Right.
What would we do though? Because at the same time, we don't really want to like get done for kidnap. But I reckon it would be funny to like just so as soon as the van door, like as soon as we hear someone tell him the van door, we'll just fly it open, grab him and chuck him in, dude, lock him in, and then just go around a roundabout over and over again so he's put on G-force against the fucking side of the van.
That'd be a crease, like, I don't know, I reckon I'd just like drive far away as fuck, like say we set the bait thing down up in London, take them right up into the fucking Highlands of Scotland and let them out there. So right, you can fucking walk home, pal, see you later.
Aye, right, dude, I would love to do something like that. Because the proper deserve it, though, fucking scumbags, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, theft seems to be, like, fucking the big fucking trend now, you know what I mean? Like, oh, look, me, I'm class, I'm a fucking thief. I don't know, to proper criminals, thieves are still scumbags, you know what I mean? Like, like, the thief is another thief, and even then.
It's like, even proper career criminals have, like, always sort of had the unwritten rule where you don't steal from working people. Like, if you're going to steal from like multi-billion-pound corporations like Asda and shit like that, because you think the Walmart family is going to like miss like a lorry's worth of goods, even if it is tens of thousands. Like fucking
it's a drop in the ocean.
But do you know what is though? It's stupid as fuck, because apparently like the fucking left loads of like high value shit in like on one van, the fucking left thousands of stuff, but then they nicked the radio and a battery, and like even though like
you don't know what they're doing, do they?
But do you know what it is though, dude? It's weird because the proper do do because they knew exactly where to drill on the different like manufacturers of vans. Like they knew exactly what they were doing.
Videos of it all and that, you know what I mean?
Aye and aye.
And how to break into a Mercedes Sprinter, how to break into a Ford Transit.
It's fucking mental, innit, dude? There was like a massive petition because I've seen a few videos as well when it comes to like the theft of hand tools. You go to some of these car boot sales and they've just got any amounts of these tools and they haven't even bothered wiping off people's names on them, you know, dude. So they'll have they'll have 5 tools that have a certain initial on, then they'll have another 5 of a different brand that'll have these initials on. They're clearly not there second hand, so they're banning them.
So you can rent an e-scooter, but is there still a place you can go to have a shot of a horse?
Aye, like I'm
gonna say that there is. I think not in the same way though. Obviously, there's not just horses at like a fucking you see the e-scooters like at the bit in the street, like where there's like 10 of them. You just go and pick one, and they don't have horses like that. Obviously, like it's like supervised and that. But there's one down like down Shields where you can go and do horse riding and that. Pay for an hour or fucking go there for lessons or whatever.
I'd like to go somewhere and become an expert horse rider, right? And then go to another one, pretend I'm a beginner, right? And then just fuck off with a horse.
Right. Clearing the fences and that.
And then just go up like King Street and that with a horse. Like that would be fucking mental, like, cause fucking, do you know what it is though? I proper hate people on horses as well, especially on the road. I hate the police on horses as well. Like, why do the police still have horses? It's like,
and why are they the size of elephants?
Aye, and I like the proper Shire horses and that.
Is that bigger than Shires? Even like police horses, dude, are fucking massive. Like, there must be like some kind of like you know how like the Germans in World War II were trying to experiment with making super soldiers and that. Like, I think they've took that knowledge and used it on police horses, like fucking super strength and that, mutated fucking big muscly cunts and that. They've got fists instead of hooves and that.
Right, dude. They're fucking massive, like, but it's just they're just shit everywhere as well, dude. And it's like if your dog has a shit, right, you've got to pick it up rightfully so. But a police horse can just have a shit and it's just like it's there until it decomposes.
Not even just the police horses, like anyone's horse, but it's like a dog turd's like what, like that big, and then like a horse's shit's like a pure mound. You know what I mean?
Aye, shocking and so
one's a hell of a lot worse than the other. Although it's easier to step in a dog shit because you haven't seen it than it is to not see a horse shit and step in it. But it's not impossible to miss it.
Especially this day and age when people's going around with them Apple VRs and shit like that.
I'm surprised you're not saying more online about like, such and such ran over because he was fucking walking down the street while he's in VR and that, because it was happening when like headphones started becoming like a popular thing.
It happened with like when everyone was playing that Pokemon Go as well, fucking looking at the phone instead of fucking looking where the fuck they were going, because there was pure like a rare Pokemon on the fucking A19 and that. I've always wanted to fucking be able to like ride a horse purely just in case I end up landing a role, which I know I probably never will. I mean, we might. I mean, fucking, was it especially if like once we get wheels and we start doing these episodes that we've written scripts for and shit. If we do a good enough job, we might get invited to fucking do a fucking role. You know what I mean? You never know. That fucking lass that done that Hawk 2 video, she's on a TV program now. Like, I don't necessarily fucking it's not my sort of fucking content, but who am I to say that like she's been given an opportunity for it, so why can't that be us as well? You know what I mean?
I'm not saying like it couldn't be. I'm just saying like the amount of traction that gained is just ridiculous. Personally, I didn't find it that funny in the first place. I couldn't believe it was like literally every single meme for the next month was only that.
I'm still seeing that all over now.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, even after that, like, fucking everyone was like, it's dying off, and then it's like, she's been given a fucking an offer for such and such a job, she's on this fucking show, she's on that fucking show, and it's like, she's just some random chick that was drunk in the street and fucking was on about fucking giving blowies and that. Like,
it was a bit same with that Chick-fil-A lass as well. Like she sort of like...
The amount of people that didn't realise that was her just being a daft cunt to her mate as well was unbelievable. Like, people thought she was just like, you know, genuinely that weird. Maybe she was even a fucking alien or something. It's like, no, our mate's filming her, she's being a tit on purpose.
But even if she was that fucking weird, what the fuck? Like, you probably never see her in person ever, so fucking, you know, get over it. You know what I mean? But like, I'm sort of like, although like we might not like that sort of shit, I'm glad that like all you need to do is go viral once, like, and and you can provide that opportunity.
Well, you know what I reckon it is, though, right? I reckon that fucking it's TV getting scared and desperate that the internet's gonna kill it the way TV killed radio.
Aye.
Like, radio still exists, but how many people fucking listen to it? I don't.
If it wasn't for driving and people like who work with the radio would fucking be dead.
Aye, 100%, dude.
Especially since like podcasting's like a thing now as well. A lot of people listen to podcasts instead of radio now.
Plus, for years, fucking, I mean, even CDs are obsolete now, but you've had CD players in cars for fucking ages.
Aye.
Like, you've got the fucking Bluetooth now, you can just put whatever you want on.
But do you know what's mad though? Like, they reckon like like things like Netflix, Disney Plus, Now TV, and all this shit. Have you seen, if you wanted all of them, right? Have you not seen how much that fucking equates to now?
Aye,
Amazon Prime.
Like 150 quid a month or something.
So it's kind of like, this is kind of a bad thing for like the normal everyday thing, because it's bringing it back to how it was before cable TV, where you had everything's pay-per-view now in a sense. You know what I mean? Everything's fucking thing. And then even then you've got like Twitch itself. You've got to like, you pay for subscribe for ad free. You've got YouTube Premium. You know what I mean? You've got Spotify, Apple Music. The fucking, obviously you only need either YouTube Music, Spotify, or Apple Music. You only need one of them. You're not going to get all of them. But still, all these fucking subscriptions and pay-per-views now is fucking stupid. Not everyone pirates things now. But that's another thing that ties in it. That ties in about the criminal justice system and shit like that. Have you not seen these people that are now that have got like the massive like hard drives in the house, and then they're sort of like streaming things for free, like for the
like they're
football,
putting it online kind of thing.
They're getting done for fucking 10 plus years in prison, you know.
It's fucking ridiculous, dude. And this is the thing as well, right, about the whole subscription thing, right? I'm annoyed at the companies for doing it, but I don't blame them, because it's the new big way to make money, and it is making them a lot. So like, if it was me doing that, I'd be pretty happy getting a slice of that pie. What I blame is the people that are stupid enough to buy things like YouTube Premium. Like, YouTube never used to have adverts, dude. It was always like completely free.
It was when Google bought it, they started bringing in adverts. The only thing,
it's basically the equivalent of me coming up to you and poking you with a stick every 10 minutes and say, oh, if you give us a tenner, I'll stop poking you with a stick.
No, do you know what it is? I don't mind adverts on YouTube, because they filter that down and give it to the content creator as well. So I agree with that. It's the likes of Netflix and things like that. Netflix could halve what they charge and still make billions. Like, and it's the same with Sky Sports and things like that. Like, they don't have to charge as much as they do. And by the way, even if you're watching Netflix, you've got to have a fucking TV license in the UK to watch the cunt.
Even though it doesn't have the fucking BBC on it.
I know, like the fucking BBC.
I mean, there is some stuff on there, like Planet Earth, and that is on there, like some of David Attenborough's stuff, but like
the BBC can go fuck itself, like, unless they fucking give us one TV show once we're fucking big, then
fuck them, dude. I'd rather go with fucking
Channel 4's the one, like, out of all like the standard things, like I like Channel 4.
Well, that's what I was tempted to say, and then I was like, even then, I don't know if I'd fucking, like, they do have the best shit on, but like, I don't know, I'd rather just do it me and you and put it out on our own network if we fucking had to, you know what I mean? And at least that way we can do it how we want. We don't have to like worry about, because say if we started making a TV show and had a contract with Channel 4, we'd have to like present it to them, and then they'd be like, oh, I don't like this joke, I don't like that joke, can you put this in instead, can you fucking do some product placement for Pringles?
I mean, do you know what it is? I wouldn't mind doing one of them and then using whatever we make to like just fully do our own shit. Like, it's one of them things for me personally. I'd be like, if the price is right, come on down. You know what I mean? It depends if it's fucking worth it. And I wouldn't sell me soul for it, like.
No, that, but it's how censored are we gonna be, you know what I mean? Because you know what me and you are like, channel, like, there's no current broadcasting company that's gonna approve of every single thing that we want to put out there. You know what I mean? They're gonna be trying to censor what the fuck. And the more we agree to be censored, the more they'll try and do it. But I learned from watching like behind the scenes, like watching South Park stuff, what they do sometimes is they'll put some really bad shit in that they'll know for a fact they'll want to take out,
so it doesn't,
just so that they can get away with some more tame shit, you know what I mean? They'll have this episode that includes something extreme and they want to keep that in, so they make something even more extreme in that episode so that the less extra, the main thing doesn't seem as bad. We need to take out this where the PR shoving crack pipes up their arse and that. So basically, like, I think it was about 2 years ago. Spooky Meatball came over here for a week with her daughter, and the place we were staying was like this sort of cottage, and it had this garden outside with a little play area for young kids and that. Like, I had a swing and a slide and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't like it. Like, Wendy was wanting to be out there every day, like playing and that, and so I was out sort of supervising, pushing her on the swing and all this, and like I just had this pure creepy feeling, dude, but I was trying not to let it show because I didn't want to scare the kid. But like the swing was like swinging all the time, even though there was no wind or nothing like that, dude, and it was just fucking sending chills up my spine and that. Like, I didn't like it. So now that she's saying that, that's just like, oh, there was this boy on the swing that wanted to play with us every day. That's freaky as fuck, dude.
Aye, right, fuck
and I don't
that,
necessarily
dude.
believe in that shit either. Like, I don't believe in it, yet I'm still scared of it.
Aye.
When I'm downstairs in the dark and I turn the lights off, I'm up them stairs fast as fuck.
Do you know what it is, right? It's one of them things. I'm on them way because I think there'll be like hardcore evidence of it now, which is yet to be sort of proven.
Exactly.
But like I say, and I've said this before, I've had a paranormal experience before. And I've said this on a previous podcast. I think I said on episode 4. But I'm the same. Like, I'm proper doubtful of it, but at the same time, like I'm quite scared of it. Like, I'm one of them as well, where I'm that used to sort of having like people in my house. Whereas like if I've ever got to, like, on a very rare occasion where I'm sleeping in the house on my own, even though like I'm the main guy in the house and I'm meant to be like protecting everyone else, when it's just me, like I get proper scared. Like, it's especially since like I hear noises all the time with us living in a block. Like, when no one else is there, like I'm like, oh, what the fuck was that? But whereas like when other people are there, the same thing happens. I'm not bothered. I think it's because I'm there looking out for people. But whereas when I'm on my own, like I struggle to look after myself.
I know what you mean. Like, you've got more motivation when you got someone that needs your protection, kind of thing.
Aye. Whereas like
you can look past more fear.
Aye, so I'm the same. Like, I proper don't believe in ghosts. I think especially since you've got all these mediums and shit like that are proper conning people. Like, I don't fucking believe in any of that shit.
Yeah, I
like,
me either, dude.
I've got a few people that I know that like have been to see mediums and they say one's good, but then like out of 5 of them, one's good. Now it's like 1 out of 5, one's gonna say something that's true. Out of 1 out of 5 times, like, of course it is. Especially since Darren Brown fucking proved it. You know what I mean? Like,
it's easy to do as well. I remember to find out it was fake, and I sort of looked at the sort of techniques they were doing. I can't really do it anymore. Like, I'd have to look it up again. But like, I remember in school, like, freaking a few people out that sort of believed in that shit, and I was trying to prove to them that it was fake. But then they started thinking, oh, you can talk to ghosts and that, and it's like, no, I fucking can't. I'm just saying, like, obvious shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, have you had a death in the family and that? Who fucking hasn't? You know what I mean? I'm great granddad died. You know what I mean? Fucking everyone's has by now.
I know.
Like, it's such an easy thing to do when you know the questions to ask. Like, you've just got to ask proper vague questions and let the audience make the connections themselves.
Do you know what it is as well? I reckon all of them, like, I would believe in them more because all of them say we don't tell you anything bad, but which then tells me people are more prone to believe you if you're telling them what they want to fucking hear. It works on every. There's not a person alive that doesn't fall for that. Whereas like if one of them turned around and was like, listen, like, you've got an uncle, he was a bit of a villain, like, I'm fucking seeing him now, he's on fire, he's in hell, like, so like, you know what I mean, he's screaming at us and all that shit. If they said all that shit, then I would believe them, because like, it's not all sunshine, but all of them are saying, oh, you were there, you were the one that found this person, the one you know they were with you all along, and you've got to move on. It's all sort of like a copy and paste shit that they say to people,
and they're letting you know, don't worry about the money.
Aye, and they're letting you know, like, don't worry.
Worried about money. Aye. Fucking everyone is.
Because it's 2024, the economy's fucked. If you're not a billionaire, everyone's worried about money. Even billionaires worry about money. Everyone fucking worries about money, dude. And fucking, what was it? Fucking, like, and they all say the same copy and paste shit. I want you to know they're at peace now and all this shit. But you know what is, right? It's like, it doesn't align with my particular beliefs as well, because if all these mediums were speaking true, that means everyone's in purgatory then, or they're able to sort of come in purgatory and speak to you. Like, I don't believe in that. I think you go somewhere else when you die. Like, I think there's no coming back.
Same.
Whatever happens.
I don't think you go anywhere else. I think it's just lights off. But like, fucking, I definitely don't think there's any windows back through to the living realm. Like,
aye, 100%.
Imagine if you fucking died, dude, and all the afterlife is just you're in a big long queue waiting to talk to John Edwards so you can give some bullshit to your family.
Nah, imagine that. Is that literally all they're doing? Like sitting waiting for a medium to come so you can speak? Is that what that afterlife is?
If that is the afterlife, I hope there's such a thing as a second death.
Yeah.
Go to the fucking next level.
Right, dude. The fucking was it so like if mediums are true, right, dude? That means that they're all like if you're like you must be in a spirit world or whatever, right, dude? All of a sudden this door just opens up because the medium's with someone you know, and you go, oh fucking hell, and then you go through it and then you're there. Like that doesn't make fucking sense to me, dude. I reckon mediums are full of fucking shit.
Of course, yeah, dude. And I mean, James Randi as well. Like he hates them all as well, and he tries to sort of like disprove them. Like he offers up. I think it started out as like $10,000 and then went up to 100,000, up to $1 million. I think it's at like 10 million now. If you can prove that you've got some kind of supernatural powers, you can go and claim that 10 million. But you've got to be able to prove it like under like scientific examination. I've showed you a couple of the fails from it, and that it's a fucking crease. Like nobody has ever claimed that. Not a single person has ever managed to get that money. So you'd think if someone really had them powers, they'd step forward and get the fucking cash.
Right. And do you know what it is, dude? I reckon if someone did generally have powers, they know they might go in there and get that 10 million, then the men in black suits are just going to kidnap you as soon as you walk out the thing. You know what I mean? So if you generally do have powers, I don't think you'd go on there anyways.
Well, I suppose.
Unless you are like...
do like this and they're just too scared to come forward.
Right. Like fucking... Like, because you never know, they might know about it. I've always wished I had special fucking powers, you know, dude. I think everyone sort of does. If you had any fucking superpower, what do you think it would be? Like, but you're only allowed one and you can't have one where it's like I can just do everything. You know what I mean?
I think I'd either probably go invisibility or teleportation.
For mine, what mine would be, right, dude, was like I could sort of maneuver things without touching them, but in such an accurate way. Because then I'd just be like a stupid bricklayer. Like when no one's looking.
Like telekinesis.
Like when no one's looking, I'll just fucking make like 1,000 bricks just to be laid. You know what I mean? Like into like perfect accuracy, because then see, even if you were on like 60 pence a brick or something, you've just earned £1,000 in seconds.
You know what I wonder about telekinesis sometimes as well, when you see it on films and that, when people like find out that they have that power, they're always like struggling with it at first, you know, like finding difficulty picking things up and focusing dead hard. Like I'm wondering, like, is there like a sort of montage type scene that we don't see in the film where they're like working out with the mind muscles, like they're in the gym just standing there but like doing curls with the telekinetic powers and
right, dude. But if I can move bricks and I got good at it, could I not move myself?
Well, yeah, like I don't know if you've ever seen the film Chronicle, but they get like telekinetic powers from some alien meteor that's crashed, and they sort of learn to fly through that, so you'd be able to do it like that. But I wouldn't. Carl Pilkington put me off flying because he got asked the same question, and he's like, I wouldn't want to fly because as soon as people find out, they're going to be asking you for also, nip down the shop for us, it's way easier for you can fly and that, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck off. Is that what you remember when you first got your car? Like everyone's asking you for lifts all the time. Imagine how bad it'd be if you could fucking fly everywhere, dude.
Dude, or like, I fancy some fucking Kendall mint cake and you can only fucking get it there. I can't be fucking asked to go to Amazon, just quickly fly to the Lake District and get us some. Fuck that, dude.
Right, so everyone would be on your case about it.
Right. I reckon I would try and keep it a secret the best I could. Like, I would just turn up on like sites like at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning and like lay like fucking like just to make fucking like 2,000 odd bricks lay and then just fuck off home.
I'd keep it pretty secret with me teleportation as well. Like, say if you were like, come round mine at like 12, I'd like, because I mean it's sort of the same as flight in the way that you can get anywhere you want.
It's more instinct as well, isn't it?
Exactly. You don't have to put the energy into like in the time. But I wouldn't like teleport like into your house. I'd teleport like into a back alley round the corner or something at like 5-2 and then just walk around and fucking thing.
Teleport to the metro and be like, I'm just waiting for the Met and then just teleport back home, wait there for fucking half an hour and then teleport around the corner.
Yes, like send you a picture to prove I'm at the metro station waiting and that. And just go back home for me breakfast.
Right. Do you know them stupid long hoods that they used to have?
As soon as you put it in the suggestions, I knew for a fact what you were on about because I had some shit to say about it as well, but go ahead. Like
it's mad, like, because I thought that they weren't real because they looked that stupid. I didn't think they were real. I actually found out that they are real and I know what they're for, but before I ruin it, I want you to say what you wanted to say about it.
Fair enough, but that was my whole thing. Like, I didn't understand what's the point of them, you know what I mean? Because do you remember like around like 2009-ish, I think, or maybe even a bit before then, then everyone started wearing them long beanies, like fucking Double D off Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Pure Zelda.
Like I thought they were stupid as fuck, and I thought it was pure the medieval equivalent of that. Me, the one thing I do like about them is I like how it's like, you know how hoodies now it's all like a jacket with the hood attached.
Aye.
Like I like how they had like a separate sort of like shirt or tunic or whatever, and then it was like the hood like covered the shoulders and the thing. But the big stupid long bit at the back, like it looks like a pure like an elf would wear or a fucking jester would wear or something. You know what I mean? Like,
don't it, dude?
Like, do you throw your grains in there? Like,
or it's like a weapon or something. You get like you put a brick in it or something, and then a fucking bandit fucking jumps out and you just go. But do you know what it's actually for, right, dude? Like you put your hood up, right? Like if it's cold, you put your hood further forward and roll it back so it snugs around your head more. And plus, if it's windy, the long bit at the back, like if it keeps blowing your hood down, you get that and tie it round so it's tight.
No way.
That's what it's for, dude. How
that makes total sense. Because another thing I was going to bring up is when you, even with normal hoodies now, when you're walking into the wind, it fucking takes it down like it annoys the fuck out of us. There's like always have to be a walk holding your hood up.
Aye.
And it's not even that cold a day, and I feel like I'm pure like, you know, when you see people coming out of court trying to hide their face from the cameras and that, like I feel like that, you know what I mean? Or like celebrities hiding from the paparazzi and that. And with that, like if you wore one of them hoods walking into the wind, you'd just fucking take off, dude. It was like a big sail.
You get fucking, you wouldn't be able to get anywhere, so it fills up with air and you float back and that, dude.
Right.
Do you know what it is though? It's so practical because we haven't got that anymore, so why isn't it a thing anymore? Like I know it looks fucking stupid as fuck, but do you know, like we've always said, we don't understand fashion. It's almost like at one time no one wore jeans unless they were tight jeans, and now it's the other way around. Like everyone's got fucking ridiculous bell-bottom pants on, like as if it's the 70s, like fashion sort of cycles. So how come that isn't back? Shall we bring it back, dude? Do you reckon we should bring our own clothing thing and do like the proper long fucking hoods on with shit?
I don't know, because I have seen one in real life. Like one of my pals from the Green had one, but he was from the Green, so you know what kind of audience that was. You know what I mean?
Aye, right.
But it was like some pure like hippie like patchwork jacket. You know them ones where it's all made out of like there's a square of corduroy and a square with like this pattern on a bandana. And
looks like fucking looks like when no one's looking to put it on the floor and fucking fly around on it like a fucking magic carpet, dude.
Proper. But that had the big long hood and that. But it was like sewn on at the back. Like the point of it was like pure sewn to the spine.
So it's just there for pure show, not for like the actual intended reason for it.
Which I think, like I said, like I didn't know it had that intended reason, but like I think whoever made that coat as well didn't know either. Because this was a sort of around the time of like fucking hipsters going about saying, oh, we're bringing it back, man, we're bringing it back, man. About like everything. Smoking a pipe, we're bringing it back. All that bollocks. So I think they were just like, let's go for something so old.
Aye, the older the better.
Yeah, medieval time and that.
Do you know what's weird? Do you know, like, have you ever seen things on movies but you've never seen in person? Like, for example, if there's a person that's doing any sort of accounts, or like they're an accountant or something in America, they had sort of like a cap on which didn't have a base, but it had like a clear green. It was like acrylic but clear green.
Like
what is that?
It
was a bit like that. But if someone was doing sort of like an accountant and they'd done that thing where they'd pull it and the receipt would print out what they've just typed, what's the fucking purpose of that? And why would you have that on for being indoors? Like, why is that like a generic thing that an accountant would wear?
I've never understood that myself either. Like, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot that was a thing. Like, stereotypical accountant got a fucking golf visor on indoors for absolutely no reason.
Like, what's that all about?
I don't know. Like, I can't possibly think of a reason. Like,
it's
it doesn't make any sense.
Dude.
Because they usually say them in pure dimly lit rooms as well. Like, it's not like they've got pure fucking tanning bulbs for lights and that.
You know what another thing as well is, and like this is one I've actually witnessed, why do bouncers have the thing that you used to have to put in the front of your car to show that your car's taxed? It's a bit like that, but they've got it on the sleeve. Is it like they've got to show show that they're a licensed bouncer or something?
I think so, yeah. That's what I've always assumed. I might be wrong, like, it might just be, like, fucking... I've never actually, like, looked at it.
Green eye shades or dealer's visors, a type of visor that were worn most often from the late 19th century to the mid-20th century by accountants, telegraphers, copy editors, and other engaged in intensive, detail-oriented occupations, so less eye strain due to... I fucking wish the fucking Google knew I can't fucking read. I don't know what that says. I was going to say incarnations or something like magician shit. Lights and candles. Aye, so that makes sense. So the fucking, it's sort of, because they're around like artificial light a lot. Shouldn't they have the glasses then?
I know, that's because they're not looking through it.
Unless it would sort of like, see how I've got like this light here, like for me fucking thing that comes off on me camera. Unless it's like, if that's above you and you've got that shade on, it would sort of like dim it. I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it will. I mean, I guess if you have like ceiling lights and stuff, it would be like thingy. But I don't know, man. It seems a stretch.
Aye, it does,
like,
doesn't it?
If it's all about doing stuff where you've got to be like looking at a bit of paper all fucking day, why didn't they give with them in school? Why wasn't that part of a school uniform? You know what I mean?
Aye,
like,
right.
your fucking green shades on while you're writing and that.
And then we would like fucking put it on backwards and sit like, and the teacher would be like, put your cut on, put me.
Dude, it was annoying. Oh, fucking do your top button up and all this, and it's like, it's fucking choking the shit out of us. Like, fuck off. It's a fucking red hot summer's day. You've gave her a black uniform and you expect her to wear the fucking jacket and have the shirt tucked in and be tied them right up. I fucking doubt it. Like,
do you know what happened to me once in school? Was it? Do you know how? Like, I had one of them pants where it didn't have a top button. It would have like that clip that you had.
Yeah, I fucking hated them.
I had one of them, but like, can you remember if you went on the hill in the schoolyard, if you went on that, someone will come and slide and tackle you?
Yeah.
And like, people used to go on purpose so they could slide and tackle people or be slide and tackled. I went up there and someone slide and tackled us, and it fucking bent the button so it wouldn't like clip in, and it kept sliding off. And then I went to music, so obviously like like if I had me pants tucked in, you'd see that like the only thing keep me pants up. The only thing keep me pants up was me zip, and I kept having to like zipping it up. And I went in the music and I was sitting there with my shirt untucked, and fucking Miss Gomersall turned around and went, Nathan, you're looking absolute mess, you gotta tuck your shirt in. Oh, and dude, I was so embarrassed. I knew what was coming, so I undone it, and you could just see me pants were just open, and everyone was watching. I was like putting it on and zipping it up, and then it was popping off. And then she went, oh, Nathan, it's all right if you like had your like button undone. But no one said anything to us, because I was sort of at that status where like I wasn't like a hard or popular person, but I had a few fights, so people didn't openly take the piss out of us. People were probably thinking it and spoke to it later, but no one really. Plus, I was in a pretty cool class, like no one was really that much of a dick, but I was just so fucking embarrassed. And like I think of that all the time. Now, have you ever had that where something really embarrassing's happening and it still proper haunts you to this day?
A million things.
And you probably think about it and you'd be a proper cringe. That's one of them for me. Like, and she was like, Nathan, if you got trouble with your top button, and it's like, but how could I sort of get out of that without being embarrassed? I turn around and says, Miss, I'm having problems with my top button. Then everyone would be like, oh, well, fucking, it's embarrassing.
Exactly, yeah. Like, you can either just admit to the embarrassment or wait for it to fall upon you. Like, that's the only two options.
I don't know. Like, do you know what it is? Like, what sort of went through my head was getting kicked out of class, so I didn't have to. And then I'd be like, well, no, because then I'd just get fucking thinking if I just turn on and now, yeah, fuck this. Cause it's only music anyway. It's like, who fucking cares, dude? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? She was
a weird one as a teacher as well. Fucking, like, half the time she was sound as fucking, and all that time she was like a proper bitch.
Batlocks, I didn't like inconsistent teachers. I'd generally rather they were dick all the fucking time. Then at least you know what's happening. You know what I mean?
You know where you stand.
Aye, right. Mr. Fowl was a bit like that as well. Like, sometimes you'd get him and he'd just be a massive fucking dickhead, and then sometimes he'd be alright.
He was always a dick to me because I was always a dick to him. And also because he's short and I'm tall, so... I don't know, I've been the same height since I was about 15, you know what I mean? Like I haven't grown since then, and I'm like 6'3", and he was like fucking what, like 2'2" or something. Like, fucking with his, he might have been like 2.5 foot if he actually had a neck.
Aye, right, dude. He was funny though as well. Like, it was funny watching him fucking kick off and that, dude.
Probably when it was at someone else, it was a fucking crease.
Do you know what it is? I felt sorry for this female teacher I had, because, you know, like, sort of after your options, you could sort of like pick and choose what sort of like lessons you had, but then there was some that were like you couldn't not choose them, you had to do them, like maths and science. For us, and I don't know if it was like this for you, but RE was like a fucking compulsory one. Like everyone used to go there, and it was after our options, but GCSEs were coming up, so we'd only take the lessons that were needed to get into whatever course or further education that were needed. We only took them seriously, and not one of them required RE. Even if you wanted to be a priest, I don't think you had to get an A in RE. You know what I mean? So fucking into the chat, in case like it's called something else in you, whatever country you are or what part of the world you're in. RE stands for like religious education. So you would just go and learn about religions. So no one was taking RE seriously, and no one fucking cared about it. And the teacher was getting proper frustrated, and it got to the point where a couple of the like lads were in the thing just saying, "Listen, miss, we've done our options. We've all been accepted into fucking college or whatever, as long as we get these grades. RE isn't one of them. We don't want to be here." And I'm fucking, and like, we just told us straight, we're like, we don't want to be here. If you're making us be here for an hour, then so be it, but you can fuck off. We're not doing anything. Who fucking cares, right? And it got to the point, and I felt bad for her, because if everyone else fails, I think it looks bad to her. Obviously you don't think of this at the time, but if everyone else just gets Fs, it reflects on the teacher, really. Like fucking, she ended up like, it got to the point where she actually ended up running out the classroom crying, and this and then Miss Sharp, you know, like the proper short as fuck punk rocker one.
She was cool as fuck, her.
I saw, like, I never ever had her as a lesson, but she wasn't fucking cool when she come in fucking kicking off because she was crying.
Yeah.
Which, do you know what it is? I felt so bad, but we're telling her as well. It's like, listen, this is our fucking education. We know what we want to be doing after school. We know what courses we want to do. None of them requires RE. So fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, who fucking cares? But I felt proper shocking, like.
It is harsh, like, but I don't know. Yeah, that Miss Sharp, she was like, I had her 2 non-consecutive years, and she was sound the both type. But one of them, like this, I think it was I had her in year 8, and then I had her in year 10. But I think halfway through year 10, she got pregnant and fucking was replaced by someone else for like throughout her maternity leave. I hated her replacement. Like, I can't even remember her name, but she was horrible. And then I had her through year 11 as well.
What food is the best to eat? That is really English.
Sunday roast.
There's a Sunday roast, right? But, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says, right? A lot of curries were invented in England, right? For example, there's a curry that's like renowned for being hot called the fowl, which was invented in fucking Birmingham. And Birmingham's in fucking England, right, dude? So the fowl's English, so as I'm concerned. I'm pretty sure chicken tikka's actually English as well.
I think it's Scottish.
It fucking might be. So like, I like Indian food, and like for some reason Chinese food's more popular, and I don't fucking understand why. Indian food's way better.
I prefer Indians over Chinese food, like
100%.
I'm not opposed to Chinese. Like, if I was around at yours, you know, I fancy getting a Chinese, and I'd say, you know what I mean, and I'd know what I'd want from it. But like, I'd much rather you said you fancy getting an Indians.
Right. Like fucking what was it? Like, obviously you have got fish and chips, which is weird because I like fish and chips, right? But I'm not like, I've never had it in years because I always prefer to get something else.
I've like my whole life, I've never really been a big fan of fish in general. Like,
same.
About 2 years ago, like, I don't know if you get this as well, where like there's a food that you don't necessarily like or you haven't had in ages, and you just get pure craving for it, like an inescapable one. I was just craving fish and chips for about a month or two. I finally says to me grandma, like, if you're going shopping up the new town, you fancy popping into Dillon's and fucking getting us a fish and chips, and obviously get yourself whatever you want, man. And he came back with it, and it was pretty disappointing, dude. It was one of the most blandest meals I've ever ate in my life. I still finished it and that, like, because I paid for it, but like, I would have been better off like just making some out of the fridge or something.
It's was it? And going back to the fucking, I'll say is mince and dumplings, fish and chips. Mince and dumplings is fucking unbelievable.
I love it. I haven't had it in so long either.
It's fucking, do you know what's mint as well, dude? If you have it with lamb mince as well, and I have a bit mint sauce in it as well. It's
I
fucking
do like lamb with mint sauce, like.
It's fucking lovely. It's fucking mint. Right. someone in the house wants to know the best history and nice nature thing to do. It's weird because in terms of if you're going purely for a historical sort of thing, like you can literally go anywhere in the country and there's going to be something to do with history. The country's over 1,000 years old in terms of England alone, and even before that, but when it was like pre-England, when like England was multiple countries like Northumberland, Mercia, Wessex, East Anglia, and all that shit. Even before then, we've got history there.
And some of it's even still around now. Like we've preserved some of it pretty fucking well.
It's like, so that in terms of history in the country's history, it's fucking all over. It doesn't matter where you are, there's some sort of like battlefield nearby or some sort of castle.
Within a few mile radius of us, for example, we've got like Roman forts, we've got a Roman wall, we've got a castle, we've multiple castles up here, really.
We've got
depending on how
shitloads.
many miles you want to put in that radius.
Aye, but in terms of nature, I would really recommend the Lake District and what is it? Or like also I like the Highlands. It depends where you go as well, because the Lake District's one of them where if you go in like peak season, it can be fucking quite overcrowded. Like I was there in Keswick not long ago, Keswick and Cockermouth, and I couldn't believe how fucking busy it was. Like I was like, what the fuck? Whereas the Scottish Highlands, it isn't actually that bad, like in terms of busy, but you might like busy. Like busy's better for nightlife, so it depends what you like, you know what I mean? But there's this place where in Keswick, there's this guy that me boss introduces to called Lee, and he runs this company called Keswick Adventures. He took us once, like sort of free of charge, this thing called gill scrambling, where you put like a fucking like a life jacket sort of thing on and like a wetsuit. Then they provide it all, and you've got a helmet on. And there's like these streams that have been going down the like the mountain for like that many years. It's made it completely smooth, so it's essentially like nature's own slide. So you just and you're going around, and then you're climbing a little bit, and then you're going through, and you're constantly in the water for the most of it, and then you find another bit, and he's like, right, this, because he knows it like the back of his hand, he's done it that many times, and he's like, right, what you do for this one is like, what he does is like he'll sit in the stream so it like sort of calms down the power of the stream, and then he gets a hold of your leg, and then like you go backwards and you're like this, and then he'll just stand up and let you go, and then the water rushes you down backwards underneath this thing. It's fucking class. So if you're looking into sort of doing that sort of thing, like look up Keswick Adventures. They're the best adventure company in the Lake District. I can tell you that for a fact. The guy who runs it's called Lee. Tell them Big Nath sent you. And fucking what was it? I hit them up if you want to visit England. It was fucking really good. Like
we might have to go and fucking check that out one time as well.
Aye, right, when we do like the Wise Fools road trip, once I'm on the road, dude, we'll do all this shit.
Because I've done that before in terms of like going up it, like climbing up through the middle of the stream, but I've never done it where you like slide right back down. Disney Channel celebrities appearing in random episodes. Oh,
dude, I used to fucking love when this fucking happened, because they were always shit at acting, and it was already sort of mediocre acting anyways. And someone will just spill the drink on someone, and then like they turn around, then they'll turn around, and it'll be this sort of fucking celebrity, and then all of a sudden like the fucking live crowd will be like, woo! And it's like, don't worry, man, you spilled your drink, it's cool. By the way, I'm this guy, and we're going to talk about me this whole episode. But there was one on Hannah Montana, right, dude? And there was one where they had that Sean Kingston on. Can you remember him, dude?
No.
He fucking what did he fucking sing again? Sean Kingston. You're way too beautiful, girl. Fucking he was like, he sung in a Jamaican accent, but he was actually from America, sort of thing. He was on it once, and it was the fucking corniest episode, because Hannah Montana has wrote this song, but she doesn't know if she can sing it. And the whole episode's the dilemma where she's like, I want to do this song, and Sean Kingston's like, Hannah, I really want to do that song. If you would sell me that song, I want to do this song. And she's fucking like, in a dilemma, and then at the end she's like, fucking at the end she's like, oh, oh, sorry, but I'm just going to do the song myself, I think. And he was like, oh yeah, that's no problem. I really want to do that song. But in real life, you would have been like, you fucking stupid cow. I've wasted all this fucking time. I'm fucking Sean Kingston. I've wasted all this fucking time. Give that fucking song. Give it. You best lawyer up, bitch. You know what I mean? It would be like that, but it was just fucking so corny, dude. It was corny as fuck anyways. Did you ever watch that shit where it had like a celebrity appearance?
I vaguely remember it from like being a kid and used to start watching all that shit like Hannah Montana and iCarly and that, and you know, they'd always come in the same way, wouldn't they? Like there'd be an argument happening and then there'd be a knock at the door and then like you say the fucking all the fake live audience is like woo. Like, it's just such bullshit.
Right, dude. The only one, like, there's some of them that I liked as well. Like, I liked David Hasselhoff being in the SpongeBob movie, dude.
Aye, that was good.
Aye,
But,
like some of them are good, like.
Done in that way, though, you know what I mean? He just sort of like appeared as like, and it would, to be fair, like looking at it from and I know it's only SpongeBob, so you can't get too critical. But like, if you were to get critical of the writing, it's a bit of a cop out ending. That just this guy's here and he magically rescues them.
Aye.
Like, but I don't know. I kind of liked it when I was a kid. I was like, oh, cool.
It's like sort of overlooked of how funny it is even to an adult.
Yeah.
But there was this one where like fucking like me and my sister reference this every Christmas. It was like the Christmas episode, and Santa comes and sort of like saves them, and like he's flying off and he's going oh, ho, 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 ho. And then like it cuts to SpongeBob and they're all just happy, and then it cuts back to Santa and he's like oh, ho, 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 ho. And then it cuts back to them and they're starting to look a bit concerned, and it cuts back to Santa and he's got hold of his head, right, dude, and he's just going oh, like that, and his bubble hat's proper swinging about. I fucking find that fucking hilarious to this day.
Right.
Aye, right. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy had some fucking hilarious but quite dark like things on it. But the one that stands out is that stands out to us fucking really well is that bit when it's like that frat guy saying to Billy, it's like, and it probably wouldn't make the cut now, and it's like you shouldn't be afraid of people because they're different, you should hate them.
I sent you that thing back straight away when you sent us that the Hank going on about kids picking on people who are different, and that he's like, trust me, I should know. He's just sitting on the bench looking glum and you think it's him going to be getting bullied, and then someone walks past and he's like, hey Freddy, you're fat.
Right, dude.
Oh, one for fucknas that we missed on episode 10, you pissing in his suitcase.
Oh, right, this was fucking many fucking years ago, right? It was fucking a long time ago, right? Like, I went out, but it was without him, and then me and this other person sort of like come back to stop because we were fucking like pissed. My Uncle David went to sleep, and then all he woke up was like this person was like fucking woke him up, and then like he woke up and he was like, hey, what's going on? And then they went and they just fucking pointed at me, right, dude? And I was fucking just standing there with my hand on the wall pissing in his suitcase, dude.
Right.
But I can't fucking remember it. Like, I was fucked. Like, I was proper fucked. I happened in Barrow. Fucking it was fucking mental, like. And I remember having to fucking, and that's another thing where it's sort of like embarrassing, but like I just sort of owned it and made it uncomfortable for them. I was like, right, I need this bag and all its contents put in the thing. And they were like, thinking it was a bit weird. I was like, listen, it's me uncle's bag. I got really drunk one night and I just fucking woke up and had a piss. Like, I got up and had a piss in it, and it's covered in piss. Like, just whack it in and empty it in and try not to touch it as much as possible. I'll be back when it's fucking done and walked out, dude.
Right.
I'm fucking bad for that shit, you know. My dad is as well. Like, my mom says once he come back pissed, and she had to fucking stop him because I was in a Moses basket as a kid, you know, them little baskets when you're newborn. I was going to have a piss on me in the basket when he was pissed, and me mom was like, fucking pack it in now, get the fucking toilet. So much just running the family. But I've spoken.
Any receptacle could just be pissed in.
Aye, right. Do you know what it is though? It's a common thing though, because I was just talking to someone about it, where he was like, that Super Child, where he was like, oh, some fucking our lass went mad because I randomly just got up in the middle of the night and pissed in the wardrobe. There's something about being pissed and getting up and just pissing in stupid places noises, and I don't know why. Maybe that's why they're called getting pissed.
It must be something to do with your sort of internal GPS.
I remember the next day he was like, oh, you fucking pissed all on me suitcase. I was like, no, I fucking never. He was like, you fucking have. I fucking seen you, dude. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, man.
I love the instant denial as well, like that, because I would have said the same thing, like, no, I fucking didn't.
Oh, right. That reminds us of this fucking guy, actually, right? He while working like stupid hours to get this product. It was when I used to do shop fitting. I was working on this like fucking pet store, and the floor layers had fucking, there was like a shitload of snags because the floor layers had fucking had glue everywhere. So I was having to use this proper strong chemical to like scrape it off of this like sort of forgot what it's called now. It's like this fucking waterproof style flooring. I forgot what it's called.
Laminate.
It's not laminate, dude. It's like you roll it out.
Oh, lino.
Lino, aye, that's the one. We had to catch up on this project when I was still doing shop fitting, and like the floor layers had done the vinyl flooring. What is it? He fucking like they just had glue all over the fucking place, like off where they'd stepped in it and walked over. So I was scrubbing that, and there was this fucking joiner that had his music blaring, and he was doing some snags as well. And I'm then pissed off because like this fucking thing's proper burning my eyes, and it's getting as high. This fucking chemical, whatever I was using, it wasn't white spirit. It was something else. It was some sort of like solvent based fucking thing. There was this joiner there blaring his music, right? And he must have had this playlist on which it only had fucking 3 songs, and one of them was a Cuban band cover of Gangsta's Paradise, right, dude? And it was so fucking annoying, and it went on for at least 7-8 minutes, right? And he was blaring it, and it was like diddly 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 in this foreign language. And I've already discussed this. I don't like fucking foreign music because I can't understand what they're fucking saying. And I was on this fucking floor scrubbing away at this thing, and someone says, "Who's that fucking music?" And I just stood up and I went, "Yeah, nah, who's that music? It's been a song's been on about 10 times, and it's doing me fucking head in." And I found the joiner that done that, and yeah, mate, that fucking song's been on about 4 or 5 fucking times. Like, if you're gonna listen to music, at least play a different song every time. He was like, "No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't." I went, "It fucking has." He was like, "No, you're lying. And he was just flat out in denial. And I was like, "I fucking know what I heard."
You're getting confused, mate. This is the fucking live version. The last one was the acoustic version, and we've had the fucking instrumental version, but fucking this one's the live version.
He writes Band-Aid version and that. Right. Fucking no, dude, I was getting fucking raging.
Going back to the sort of music I work as well, I was going to say, like, when we're on the subject of radio, I think one of the only reasons people like put the radio on at work is because you cannot really be faulted for the song choice. You know what I mean? Because it's someone else that's in control of it. You're just like, "Oh, I'll put this on, and whatever comes on, comes on."
Do you know what it is? In all these radio stations, like, some of them are better than others, but a lot of them repeat the same song all the time, especially if it's like Radio 1, because they just generally play the popular music at the time.
Just the top 5 in a fucking loop.
It's quite annoying. Like, there's this radio station called Absolute Radio, which has this policy. It's called the no repeat guarantee, so it'll never play the same song twice in a day. But if you're at work and you're thinking that they do play the same song like, every day, sort of thing, so it is still pretty fucking annoying. Sometimes half it is just a background noise anyways.
Yeah, like fucking add something into the drills and the fucking hammers and all the fucking sawing and all that.
But anyways, I'm gonna have to change my t-shirt.
You can't change your t-shirt, dude. There'll be continuity errors in the edit.
I'm sorry, dude. Oh, right, dude. This is something you should never ever do, right? But I was just randomly getting like a sharp pain at the back of my head, like here. And some of the shit that I was saying it might be was fucking proper scaring us, like, and I don't know why I did it. I was
like, got parasites in your spinal fluid.
Aye, right. Like, I'm hoping it's just some sort of like trapped nerve, because some people were saying like with you having sort of like a bad, if you've got like sort of a trapped nerve in your back, it can travel up your spine and go to the back of your head, or something to do with your neck or something. I don't know, but it was something along the lines of that, you know.
I think that is sort of where they all go, like all the nerves throughout your body all join up in your neck, and so they can go to your brain.
Aye, but this was like proper right at the back of my head, and I've never had a headache like it, and it was weird, like, because it was like reoccurring for like 3 days, but it wasn't like constant. It would just happen for like a couple of minutes and fuck off. And I was just like, fuck this, you should never fucking Google your fucking ailments. God always shows you the proper gruesome shit it could be. And also,
Well, you've only got 3 days left to live. And
you
write
know
your
what?
will and fucking say goodbye to your loved
Aye, and
ones.
dude, and another thing as well, right, is it fucking, it always says to go to the doctor right away, and it's like, have you tried making a fucking appointment with your doctor? You can't.
It's an absolute piss take, dude.
Like, you
I
just
was
kinda
trying to
do
get
it?
to see them like at the start of the year, and it took us from like probably about January or February all the way up until about April to actually get fucking through to them.
Aye, right. It's a fucking piss take, innit, dude?
You ring them up and they're like, oh, you cannot ring up anymore, you've got to do it online. So you go and try and do it online. It's like, oh, you got to log in and you've got to have this app and fucking all this bollocks. It was just an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, you'll either be dead or healed by the time you get to see the doctor in the first place.
Well, I mean, that's always been me sort of general outlook anyway. Like, if I get ill, it's either going to kill us or it's not. So, like, just get on with it, you know what I mean?
Aye, that's it. Like, it's fucking Raj, like, trying to fucking get one. It's no, what is? It's one of them, Like, I've actually worked for the fucking NHS or, like, an agency just on the maintenance. And it's fucking, you know what it is? I feel sorry for the people that's got work there, because it's fucking chaos, you know? Like, I had an easy job there, but obviously I'm in and around other people that work there, obviously. And it's fucking a hard life for them, like, it really is.
Definitely.
I feel proper fucking shopping on them.
I don't get a minute off, like.
Aye, right, but I think I'm never ever gonna fucking like Google me ailments anymore, like, cause fucking it's just fucking shit.
Like, going back to what I was saying, when I eventually did get through the doctors and on this online website, they basically just tell you you put your symptoms in there, and then they just tell you what they think it is, and it's like, well, that was literally no better than Googling it, you know what I mean?
Aye.
And I'm saying to them, like, no, I need to come in for a face-to-face appointment, I need you to fucking see this. I'm not gonna fucking, like, doing it online, it's just not, I don't have that sort of, like...
Faith in it.
And even when I got there, she was just sort of like seemed fed up and in a hurry to get rid of us. You know what I mean?
Aye, it is fucking shocking. It needs way more investment than it's getting. Like, there was this fucking joiner I work with, right, dude? And he lived a fucking quadruple life because he was like, I mean, this was true because he had photos of it, but he had all these fucking Raj war stories that never happened. He reckon he flatlined, nearly died in a helicopter and shit like that. So he was like an ex-paratrooper. He was in the fucking ADL. He fucking was a football hooligan. He was in the Outlaw FC, Outlaws Motorcycle Club and shit like that. So he lived he looked like a biker, right, dude? Like, he had like a goatee and shit like that. But then he'd randomly like turn up wearing like 80s style, like football hooligan fucking shit. And it probably just didn't look like, because a biker doesn't wear like fucking Sergio Cecchini tracksuits and Diodora trainers and that, dude. He fucking proper lived a quadruple life. He was into everything. Like, he was a fucking biggest bullshitting cunt ever, and he was like, and he was in like a biker gang, and he was a football hooligan. It's like, you mustn't be in the house ever, because on top of that, you're a joiner that works away from home. How you got time for all this shit? You know what I mean? Like, fucking, he was just such a fucking liar. He had photos of the Outlaws at his wedding and shit. He blatantly hired them. I don't even think he had a fucking motorbike. I'm pretty sure that's like a key fucking moment of being in a motorcycle gang. I think you need
it's one of the most important prerequisites, like.
It was funny as fuck. I used to think to myself, like, how have you got the fucking time? Like, if this was all true, dude, and you used to go to ADL marches, you were a football hooligan, and part of a football hooligan's being a season ticket holder. So you go to every fucking home game at least. And football hooligans like going to away games to cause trouble. That's when they're mainly active on away days.
Yeah, if you didn't go to away games, there'd never be any riots anyway, because it'd just be like home fans all the time.
Aye, exactly. So, and he was such a fucking lying cunt, like. At least one of these things that he said he was lying about, because no one has the time to do that and then also work away as a shop fitting joiner, dude. I had his number because I had to keep in touch with him for a job, and then he texted us once, like during the job, like the ringers in case he needed something or whatever. It was like purely sort of professional phone exchange. It wasn't nothing of his being his mate or anything. And then he texted us after the job was done. I knew I'd never see him again. I blocked his number straight away.
Right.
He was a fucking prick, like.
What did he say? Like, some daft shit or something like that?
No, he texted something to do with Newcastle or something, like about the football team, and I was just went, oh, it's fucking him, fucking block. Never spoke to him again. He was a fucking idiot, like, dude.
I've got no time for people like that, like.
Aye, and like, after him, I sort of like I don't have time for bullshit anymore for him, because as soon as I tried checking him on it, he was a fucking dickhead. Have you ever met someone like that was just the fucking biggest arsehole and like and and lied saying they were into everything.
Well, not necessarily like into everything, but there was this guy I used to get me smoke from, and I'd like fucking, like I was sort of mates with him, I'd sort of like stay around and fucking smoking all of his weed for free and then buy me own and fucking off home with it kind of thing.
Aye.
And but he used to go around like telling everyone like, oh, I work at such and such a restaurant, I'm the head chef at such and such a restaurant, and it's like, mate, I've been with you for a week straight now, like you haven't been on my site for a week and never once have you been like, oh, I need to go to work as my fucking job as a head chef in this restaurant. Why do you keep telling people this? You know what I mean? Like you don't have a job, you sell drugs, that's all you do.
Oh, right. Like, wait, I'm pretty sure the head chef's got to be there quite a bit as well if he's running the kitchen, dude. But why would you lie about that? Why would you, like, do you think he'd get like plus 50 street cred for being a fucking head chef somewhere, dude?
Right, I can't even remember the name of it either, but it was some Italian restaurant in town that's like quite a big name, but you couldn't even pronounce it properly, dude. And I'm like, you reckon you're the pure boss of the fucking kitchen then? You can't even say the name of the fucking restaurant, you daft cunt.
I get that feeling of like when they're on the regular show when he's telling Muscle Man thinks his dad's a truck driver, but he's just a forklift driver, dude. Right. And he's sitting in the bush talking to him in the radio, and he's got a cap saying #1 truck driver. Then when he breaks over, all the actual truck drivers like, hey, forklift driver, come fill our big rigs. Right. Come on, forklift driver.
Funny as fuck, that.
You right?
That's probably what he was like, dude. Like, I pure knew his secret. Like, he wasn't the head chef. He just fucking cooked super noodles in his kitchen.
Fucking what? I just don't understand people that do that shit. It's not like you're gonna look at him any different for being a head chef.
I know. There was, like, people could blatantly tell as well, and they were like, oh, right, oh, yeah, cool. Like,
that's the worst.
Pretending to be impressed and that.
When people sort of go along with it, that one what feeds the bullshit. They shouldn't do it.
Because then they think they can get away with it, and they keep doing it. And then fucking, I stopped hanging around with him eventually because he was just I couldn't put up with it anymore, dude.
Aye, right, like, fuck that, dude.
Let's say, like, I'd spend like a week at a time on him, and then and he'd lie to me about stuff that he I seen this on Wednesday, so I was with you Wednesday, mate. No, you never.
Did you actually used to say that to him as well?
Not like fucking because I was getting free weed, you know what I mean? I don't want to fucking ruin that. Like, I'll put up with some bullshit for some free smoke, but there's only so much I can take before I'm like, nah, it's not worth it anymore.
Aye, right, dude.
And needing a cough in moments of silence.
Oh, dude, I used to get this all the time.
Exams and that.
Exams, I 100% exams, but also I had it at Super Child because I'd done like a minute silence.
Oh, yeah,
and all of a sudden, I fucking needed the cough, dude. Like, really bad. I ever like fought it, and it's almost like sort of tickling the fuck out your throat, and you start like tearing up and shit, dude.
I like the more you struggle to hold it back, like the worse it fights to get out. Like, it's a fucking nightmare. Imagine moments of silence. I remember I had it a lot on like doing Remembrance Day parades and that when I was in the cadets and shit. We were like over the fucking, I don't think I ever went with the Air Cadet, but I was in the Sea Cadets for about 3 years prior, and I done like the Remembrance Day ceremonies there, and fucking it's a night because you've just got to stand still for about an hour, dude, for, you know, that silent minute. Like, you just put a feel in your throat, like fucking knowing that you can't cough, you have to cough.
We had it on this minute silence, and I didn't need a fucking cough for ages, and I was sort of fighting it back, but then you can't fight it anymore, and you start tearing up and you cough, but then your cough doesn't satisfy the need of the tickle, so you need a proper belt out a monster cough, don't you?
Hacking up phlegm in there.
Aye. Do you know what it is, dude? I don't know why I was ever worried about it in exams, because it used to happen in exams all the time. I should just fucking had a coughing fit. What the fucking gonna do? Why was I so scared? I don't know if you had him, dude, but there was this guy who was like a proper scary like examiner. Like, there was this one that was scary as fuck. Like, he looked like he didn't put up with any fucking shit. It's the same like when you need to be serious and suddenly start thinking about funny shit and try to hold it in. Me and my mate James were really fucking bad for this, especially in school. There was this sort of guy that was giving this sort of speech when I was in primary school, and the head teacher, before he would say from another country, and the head teacher come and warned me, which was the worst thing he could have done. He would say he's from this country, and sometimes he slips into that language from English to whatever language he was from, and if I catch anyone laughing, you so have fucking detention. And then so straight away we knew to expect this cunt to fucking like this cunt sucking language to be fucking hilarious. And if he never said, I don't know, dude. Like, I kind of don't want to say in case it's viewed as sort of fucking taking the piss of where he's from. I'm already fucking like leaving a lot of it out. So he was given this sort of fucking like speech, and he slips into his like other language. And if we weren't sort of pre-warned about it, we would have just been confused. But now we know it's going to happen. Me and James just looked at each other and we're fucking trying so hard not to fucking laugh. Like, honestly, we're crying. Like, and as soon as we looked at each other, it's the worst thing we could have done, because he was trying not to laugh, and so was I. And have you not seen that meme where it's like, you're trying to be quiet at the Trojan horse, but then your bro looks at you like
it's got a helmet eyes.
It's mad because you wouldn't find that funny, but in a situation where you're in the Trojan horse and if it wasn't for
that was me and you sitting opposite each other doing that for a fact and both be honest.
We would have got caught. Like, to be fair, I suppose the adrenaline of like doing the ambush would sort of like take over, but at the same time I'd fucking want to cry laughing. As soon as you're in a situation where you're not meant to make noise, you either need to fucking cough or you fucking want to cry laughing.
If you think about it though, like in the horse, like they were probably in there for a few hours, right? So when you first get in, you're all hyped up with adrenaline. Oh, we're gonna do this raid and that. But then you're just waiting for ages, so that'll die down a bit, like, and it'll peak back up before it happens. But in that sort of like valley where the adrenaline's down and that, you'll just be sort of looking around waiting and that, and then you'll fucking catch eyes with your pal opposite you and they're just sitting there like, you're just gonna fucking crease. Do you remember that time when we went to KFC, dude, in the drive-thru? And James was driving and he fucking... What was it that happened again? We said something about like
we were in the drive-thru with KFC, right? And there was this lass at the window, and I turned around and I was like, oh, I've been here before, this lass is fit, right? Like, we pulled up to the window and this guy pulled up and he was quite camp and he was like, hello, can I take your order? And like, obviously it wasn't nothing to do with him being the way he is. It's because I basically turned around and said, this lass is fit who works here.
Like, we were expecting some hot chick and then it's this dude that shows up to the window and
and then
James is already in the driver's seat about, I'm gonna talk to this hot chick and get the order from her.
It's funny as well because I didn't fucking put two and two. I didn't find it funny, and Griffiths was the quote on and you were going like that, like going like that, and then I started laughing and James went, oh, you're right. He started like that. And then after that, after he said that, it was funny him sort of like laughing as he was talking. He was like, I'll have one amazing, that's how I'm here. And then all of we just started fucking crying laughing. But I felt so bad for that guy though. I feel guilty
because he doesn't know the real reason that we're laughing. Like, he probably thought it was like against him, like we got some chat.
Like, people at drive-thrus are targeted for so much grief as well. It fucking
like, that was funny as fuck. Like, I remember having to pure fucking, because we were both on like sort of the passenger side of the car, like you in the front, me in the back, and like I remember having to like put my face against the window and like hide you from my eyesight, because I knew if I looked at you anymore I was gonna like, I couldn't like stifle me laughter anymore, you know what I mean? Like, I already had pure tears streaming down my face and it's like, it's coming out but I'm keeping it quiet. But if I turn around and look at you, dude, I would have been fucking howling.
It was the same in primary school once. So it's like these performers and they were like saying like, and this is what we sort of do, like when it's the end of the scene we say curtain, and just imagine there's a curtain coming down, right? But she was a big woman, right, dude?
Right.
And she was American, right? I'll fucking see if I can sort of like do this on the camera. So they would do like the oh, my green screens just fell over, man. Like, so this woman was coming over and going curtain after every fucking thing, and then as soon, but then like it was basically they would do like a 1 or 2 minute like acting thing, and every time she would just go like this, walk on and go curtain, and me and James were fucking crying laughing every time it happened, and and one of the teachers ended up tapping her going, pack it in, sort of thing, which made it even like, it made her try harder not to think, but we're fucking dying, we're dying laughing at this thing. And it's like, why not just say end of scene or something? Or we would have known that. You're stopping acting if you're like, why, what did you think of that? that. We're not going to go, oh, this is still part of the scene. You know what I mean?
Hold your applause, they're not done yet.
That's not going to fucking, we know we're kids, we're not stupid, we don't need her to go, curtain.
I want to join this acting group and work on the acting talents and all this, and then they're just like, nah, your job's to just go out there and go curtain at the end of the fucking scene.
Mate, we were fucking dying laughing at this woman, like, and it was, and if she just never done it, wouldn't have been funny.
There's no need for it though, like, why was that called for? Why was her job necessary?
I fucking don't know, dude, but fuck me, we found it hilarious, dude. We still laugh about it to this day. Curtain.
Probably gonna go on a bit of a fucking rant here, so some pre-warning. It was actually after when I was playing Kingdom Come and you and my reunion, when they're saying, oh, it's coming out in February instead of the end of this year, so it's been delayed by like a couple of months, and I'm sort of like glad about that, you know what I mean? I'm happy they're taking the extra time to fucking polish it. After that stream, I was scrolling through Facebook and there was a post by Warhorse Studios with the guy saying like, oh look, we've had to fucking delay it like until February and stuff, like some stuff wasn't quite ready and that we wanted to be, you know, all fully ready to play on release. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. Look in the comments and they're like, oh fucking delay, just like KCD1. And it's like, these people just want game companies to just churn out absolute shite as fast as possible,
but then complain when it's buggy as fuck. It's a buggy mess when when they bring it out.
And these people are I'm not necessarily saying they're all the same people, but there'll be, you know, some overlap in the groups of people who complain of films like Disney just doing rehashes of old shit and just churning out absolute shit with no decent content to it. They're the same people who complain about, oh, it's crap, you just shut them down, they've got no ideas anymore. You are the people making it this way. You are the people that's forcing gaming to go this way as well, you know what I mean? Like, you're just demanding more and more shit in a faster and faster time, and they can't produce like a quality game in that time, you know what I mean? It's like people demanding GTA 6 and that.
Aye, right. The only sort of thing I can sort of comment on that is the only reason we're expecting KCD 2, like we weren't expecting a date to be announced as the game was announced. Like they shot themselves in the foot by saying it was going to be a 2024 release. They could have just says they could have announced the game and left it at that, which is what they should have done. But now they've said 2024 and it's not going to be 2024. Although I'm not against that. The only reason we've got 2024 in our heads is because of them, and no one likes anything being late. No one likes the metro being late. No one likes a taxi being late, and no one likes you being late to work. So they've gave themselves that, but they've shot themselves in the foot. And I thought that at the time, you know, I was thinking, I don't think this is going to get released in 2024.
I don't think it's them that's done it though. Like, I don't think they have said themselves like, right, we'll get it out by 2024. I think they've had to be that deadline's probably been put on them by like the publisher, or was it THQ Nordic that bought them? It's probably them that's like, right, I want the game done by this time because I want to start making money on this fucking, you know, I've bought your company, when am I going to see some profits kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like, in terms of like, if the bus is late, you get pissed off, but like, it doesn't make your bus ride any more enjoyable than it would have been if it turned up on time.
Aye.
With this is like, it's been delayed for our benefit, you know what I mean?
Aye, I would rather personally they delayed it and brought it out better than rush it. I do believe that. All I'm saying is no one likes anything being late.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But there's not enough to warrant the way people are going on there. Like, fucking
Aye, the way they were kicking off in the comments was ridiculous, dude. Like, oh, I'm not gonna buy it now because fucking yous have delayed it by like 3 months or whatever it is.
Don't fucking buy it then. What studios are fucking class, like do you know like the original sort of patrons on it as well, dude?
They're sorting them out with
they're getting it free because technically, because Kingdom Come 1 was meant to be done in 2 acts, so they've promised them Act 2, but they've done it all in one game. But now that they've brought out 2, they're classing that as Act 2, which realistically they didn't have to do it, but they still are.
No, it's good on them. Like, I would want to do that as well, sort of like give something back to the people who supported you from the start, you know what I mean? Like, for example, fucking the people that are in the chat now in these early days of us, if we ever make it huge, like, fucking these will be getting the special rewards and that.
Well, we've already discussed the thing that would once we hit, like, was it 1K on YouTube, we're going to get an honorary tattoo for the #1.
Imperial versus metric, for the most part, I'm not against either system. We're a country that uses both. If it's small, say in January, where it's precision, you'll measure in millimeters, but then on the roads and stuff, it's miles an hour and you travel travel miles, you measure distance in miles. Like, that makes sense to me. And I don't know how many kilos I weigh, but I know how many stone I weigh.
Aye.
There's daft ones where, like, the one like the main one that made us, like, sort of hate the imperial system was me mate had came back from America or somewhere, and he had them, like, packets of Kool-Aid that you mix up yourself. And he's like, oh, I have some of this, I reckon you'll like it. And I was like, yeah. So I took it and I was reading the ingredients on the back, like the sort of how to make it, and that. It says add 2 cups of sugar, dude. And I put literally 2 fucking coffee mugs of sugar in, dude, because I didn't know, like, a cup was an actual measurement. Like,
aye, right. Like, cause don't we do it with tablespoons if it's in a sort of an appliance where you say a tablespoon?
there is cups as well, which is, but I don't know how many tablespoons are in a cup, but like less than you would think, maybe like 8 or something, like a lot less than it would take to fill a fucking coffee mug, that's for sure.
That's stupid as fuck. This is
I didn't invent it, there's no need to have a go at me.
I'm fucking telling you, no. But like, nah, it's fucking stupid as fuck though, dude. I mean, a lot of people give a grief for using that, right? The thing is though, we do use both because each like different scenarios warrant different like, it's not like you're gonna order like what's it called? It's not like you're gonna order like a 600mm pizza. You order you know what I mean? Like you order like order a pizza in inches, and also if you're getting a warning for a low bridge, you do it in feet. It's like tells you no above this feet. But also, like, it just depends on what job that's better for.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't understand.
Well, like, I don't know how many. I know how many feet tall I am. I don't know how many centimeters tall I am.
Like, I used to watch this American joiner who does all the like fucking woodwork on YouTube, and when he was like, oh yeah, it's like 8 3/4 inches and shit like that. I'm like, why not just use millimeters? You know what I mean? Just say it's like I kind of in my head calculate like inches to millimeters, so I'm gonna say it's probably. I know there's like, I think there's 4 inch to roughly to every 100 millimeters.
Yeah, because I think about 30 centimeters is about a foot. Like when you get the 30 centimeter rulers, it's like 12 inches on one side and 30 centimeters on the other. So. And
then that's in meters works perfect because it's like 12 inches makes a foot. Whereas like you've got hundreds of millimeters, and then once it hits 1,000, then it's 1 meter, so it's easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whereas like 12. Like you've got like, so it'll be like 24 for 2 foot. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just quicker and easier. It's stupid. You know what I mean?
I don't know how many. I know how many inches are in a foot, but I don't know how many feet are. Well, I know there's 3 feet to a yard as well, but I don't know how many yards are in a fucking furlong or whatever. I don't know how many pounds are in a stone or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's all weird numbers. You know what I mean? It's like, 14 of this makes that, and then 16 of that makes the other. And then 10 of them makes the fucking. It just doesn't make sense. I much prefer the decimalized system where it's all in multiples of 10. Like, that's easy as fuck to multiply and divide by 10.
It's just so much fucking easier. Like, a lot of them like take the piss as well, saying like when you're in Britain and you use 100 kilometers an hour rather than 30 cups of tea a minute or something like that. And it's like we literally use all of them depending on what's better for that assigned job.
Exactly. Typically when you invent a new system, it's to be better than the old one, you know what I mean? Which metric for the most part is. I just don't like kilometers an hour when I'm like playing racing games and stuff like that and trying to like, I don't like looking at it, and even though it's a higher number, I'd rather it be miles an hour because it's more of an achievement to get past like 200 miles an hour than it is to get past 200 k's an hour.
Like isn't it like 50 kilometer an hour? It's like 30 mile an hour.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Roughly.
Yeah, I think 80 is 50.
It's fucking mental, isn't it, dude?
I used to do me head in on when I was younger. I used to play a bit of fucking Euro Truck Sim. Obviously put me base in Newcastle. Why would you not? And then fucking you get a lot of jobs traveling home at the mainland, and I'm fine driving through England with all the speed signs in miles an hour and me truck dashboard in miles an hour. And then as soon as I get out on the mainland and that, it's all kilometers and that, and it's like, all right, it says 80. I'll just do 80. And then every 10 minutes it's like, I'm getting fined for speeding and that, and it's like, well, don't say 80 if I can't go fucking 80. Because I thought there was basically just, you've got the gladiators go in and face off against each other, or you'll chuck one in against a lion for a lap. But they actually had there was sort of like battle royale types of ones as well. I think they called it the hunt, and they'd have like trees and bushes and everything like sort of put into the arena. A bunch of gladiators would be released out, and then they'd release like a lion and a bear and a tiger and an elephant and all this shit.
What
and
the fuck?
basically fucking last man standing wins. If they wanted to like sometimes they'd let the animals out like one at a time, and all that time like if they wanted to like really get the crowd going, they'd just get them all out at once, you know what I mean? What would it take for you to enter that basically?
Well, probably is how they done it, where the cops had you make a slave out you and then you've got no fucking choice, because I'd never do that willingly, I'll be honest. That's probably what it would take for me to do it. What about you?
I think probably the same, to be honest.
Fucking tigers and that, dude.
I kind of want to have a go anyway, though, even if I don't win. You know what I mean? Like if there's like a big cash prize or something, like, oh, you win your freedom and fucking I don't know, like a bunch of money, I reckon I'd go in and have a shot. Like I don't think I'd be successful at all, but I think with things like that, yeah, weapon choice is going to be fucking, if you get to choose a weapon, that's going to be pivotal.
Like, do you know what it is though? I don't think they actually got to choose them, because I think they used to just get given them, because who the fuck would choose that net? Who would choose that net?
The thing is as well, apparently the guy with the net actually won more often than not.
Aye? Yeah. You wouldn't ever have thought that. I'm surely that's not true.
Aye, right. Like, it's just on the video I was watching, it might not have been true. Like, I was just fucking, and you just watching random shit on YouTube and that, and it's like, oh, this is fucking bit interesting. That.
I'd fucking choose the spear, me.
Aye, that's what I'd go for.
Didn't they have like the most pointless shields as well? Like the shields would be like a fucking frisbee size.
Right, aye. I mean, to be fair, like even if you had like a decent sized shield, I mean, think about it like the poise on Dark Souls, you know what I mean? You're not gonna have the poise to withstand a strike from a bear.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Like to the shield, it's still gonna fucking put you on your ass. I reckon the spear would be the way to go, at least against the animals. I don't know how I'd go against the people, because you've got to fight the other people as well. Like, it's not just the animals that you got to worry about.
Aye,
with a spear, the likes of a bear and a lion, you can use their own boss against them. Like when they come charging at you, just fucking ram the end of it through them.
Aye, right. I remember I seen this meme where it was like fucking where it's like the crowd going mad at a heavy metal concert, and it's like normal Roman citizens getting pissed on wine at 10 o'clock in the morning. What's it called? To watch like a random guy have a scrap with a lion. Apparently, like they mainly done that as a source of distraction, so people wouldn't pay attention to the economical downfall of Rome. And apparently, during the fall of Rome, like the barbarians were like literally in the gates getting in the city, and they started an event that shit like to distract everyone.
Oh, that's rad.
Apparently, I don't know how true that is, but like,
would you go though? Like if they brought that shit back, would you go and fucking spectate?
I don't know, dude, because I don't agree with animals being in captivity. Never mind making them fight humans and making humans fight each other.
If you took the whole animal side of things out and it was just willing participants.
No. Do you know what would be better, dude? If they done that instead of like a death penalty, for people that really deserve it, like prisoners and shit like that. I'd probably just go watch it then.
Well, yeah, you could do it with them, aye.
That would be pretty fucking cool. I'd go watch it then, because it doesn't matter who wins. Like either way, they kind of both deserve to die. Like, why not make a spectacle of it? You know what I mean?
I think you'd want to get some volunteers in there as well. One who would want to kill these people who would wrong society, but two, because you know how he always had the thing of like at the end of the fight when one's clearly dominating and he's like standing with his foot on the other's chest and that, and like the emperor's like either gives the thumbs up to let him live or gives the thumbs down to kill him. If it's just thumbs down every time, you're gonna get pretty bored. Like sometimes you wanna have a load of thumbs up, and then like when the thumbs down, it's like really get the crowd hyped.
Aye, right. Fucking that would be fucking cool as so. I think it would. I would go to watch it if it was people that deserved it. Like
I've always wanted to be the emperor in that situation as well, giving the thumbs down and that. Like fucking just. I mean, even just for the whole event, like how you seen he's seating that. Like it's basically like the VIP boxes at the football stadiums now.
Aye, right.
He's there with his wife and consort and that, and he's fucking getting fed grapes and all this. class being an emperor, like.
Aye, it would be. But they got betrayed quite a bit, though.
Aye, that is true, like. But it's fun while it lasts, you know what I mean? Even being a pharaoh would be good, but then look at Tutankhamun, like the most well-known. He was like 9 when he was a pharaoh, and he died when he was like 18.
Aye.
Like, it's not a long-lasting job. I was looking at the thing, he was inbred as fuck, you know, like his parents were like actually like brother and sister.
Aye, a lot of them done that shit. Europeans used to do it like quite a lot with cousins, but there's still cultures today that do it. I remember I watched this program called When Cousins Marry or something like that. Going to these countries where marrying your cousins still acceptable, and the kids were like proper inbred as fuck off it, and it was just fucking disgusting.
I mean, when you go back and look at our royals as well, like there's a lot of brother sister shit there, a lot of cousin shit there as well. You know, when there's sort of like a period of like when you look at the paintings of the royal family and that they've all got these big fucking Jimmy Hill style chins.
Right,
like,
dude.
that's from just centuries of inbreeding, like.
Aye, right. Like apparently some of them were like proper fucking like fucked off it, like they were proper incapable, but then they somehow end up king. Do you know what it is? You not reckon like all the lords would sort of, do you reckon they sort of promoted that because then like someone would wear a crown but they'd just be a puppet king because they're incapable of fucking just doing normal shit. So they would secretly be like governing the country for them, because he's not going to be like, well, we've done this in the name of him, and he's not going to be like, well, hold on a minute, I didn't sanction that. He's going to be like, oh yeah, let's go outside and fucking do a load of fun shit because that's all I want to do.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? Curtain.